So hello there. This is Lynn Huber. Today is Sunday, March 24th, and I have
Richard's here.
Richard with me, and this is Sunday's Learning with Lynn. If you're watching us on Facebook, say hi so we know you're there. And some of my key people, I guess, are not going to be on, but hopefully they'll be watching the replay. And Irene, if you see this in the replay, we're sending our love to you.
Yes.
Because Irene just hurt her knee and she just had to go to the hospital. So anyway, we're sending our love to you, Irene, if you're watching this in the replay. And we have Tracy on. Hi, Tracy.
Hey, Tracy.
Good to see you. So today we are going to be talking about how to get your new rep started and how to use Vibe to help you do that. And so hopefully you're all out there recruiting like crazy and bringing people on. And so you want to get them started in a way that helps them be more successful and helps you grow your business, right? And I'm not saying my way is the right way or even the best way. It works for me. And so hopefully it will work for you too. So for right now, let me move some things around. Hey, Kim. Hi, Idra. Good to see you. Good to see you. Okay, so I'm going to move some things around here. And I am going to share my screen. There you go. So you should be able to see it now. Jody, hi. Hi, Jody. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. So we're going to talk about how I help my new reps get started, and hopefully this will help you to get your new reps started. I mean, like I already said, my way isn't necessarily the right way or the best way, but it works for me. And here's the deal, you learn from different people and you'll find things that work for you, or you can tweak them to work for you or whatever. And so we're on my blog on onlinebeautybiz.com. And if you go down here and search, and I think I have a system to help your new rep is what I have, is the best way to search for this. For some reason, that one's harder to find. There we go. Okay, a system to help your new representative get started. So that's what we're going to use today. And so there's a lot of things I do. And I'm a little anal, and I'm a little bit, I don't know if you know colored personalities. I'm actually very red, but I'm also green. I'm also pretty green. And green is a person who has to have it in a spreadsheet, who has to have all the details. The stuff that I'm doing would drive Richard nutso because he's blue and he's more about having fun and making it happen and not worrying about the little details. But so the first thing I do is I have a spreadsheet where I log every single new person on my team, every one. And if you were to look at my spreadsheet, you would die because it's long. And it has all the details of everybody I've ever signed up. So here's a link where you can view I actually cleaned one up for you. And this is my spreadsheet. And so if you wanted to, if you clicked on that link right here, the Google spreadsheet template, from here you can say File, make a copy, and then it will copy it to your Google Drive. And so then you can edit it and do what you want with it. Okay, so what I have in here is I have the first name and last name, the appointment date. If they're not my first generation, I put who their upline is. So it might say Rick Winrow, or it might say Camilla Conaway, or Irene Friendian, whoever my team member is that brought them in, so that I can easily see who their upline is. I put their district, their account number. I put their phone number, their email, their credit limit, language, state, and whether it was a lead from Avon or not, and then whether it's qualified or not. This column has a formula in it that automatically says, if it says yes, highlight it, so that it makes it, so if I type yes in there, it will automatically highlight it, and it will make it really easy to see who's qualified, who's a qualified new recruit. And if you're in leadership, then you know what a qualified recruit is, I hope. That's a person who places and pays for a $150 order in their first or second campaign and pays for it on time. If you're not in leadership, and then this really doesn't apply to you. Really, a qualified new recruit is somebody who is working the Kickstart program. So if you get your $150 for your Kickstart, that also makes you a qualified new recruit. So it kind of works both ways, okay? What the campaign is of their first order. So I basically put, hey, Marcia, right?
Marcia.
It's Marcia?
Marcia. You're Marcia Jackson?
Yeah, but I remember at the leadership conference.
Oh, that's right.
Marcia, I think. Yeah. If I'm wrong, please correct me. Anyway, welcome. I put here the campaign that I am planning on starting them. And the reason I say that is when you sign somebody up with Avon, they put them like 2 campaigns ahead. And in my mind, in my opinion, if you have them wait too long before their first order is due, they somehow never get around to getting that first order in. And so if they have at least a full week on the current campaign to be able to place an order, I start them on the current campaign. So right now we're on campaign 8. And if I were to sign somebody up today, I would put them in 8. Even though youravon.com would start them in 9 or even maybe 10, I would start them in 8. I would say your first order is due on April 2nd by noon, and I would try to get them in the first order. Now, if they don't get that first order in, that's okay, because they don't really have to start until campaign 9 or 10, depending on what Avon says, right? But I just find it's better to get them into action right away, get them making money right away, get them in the habit of placing orders. And so that's what I do. If I'm going to be mailing a welcome kit to them, and I know that it's not going to get to them now, because Avon's welcome kit, your starter kit, can take like 10 days or more to get to you, depending on where you live in the country. And so I mail a welcome kit to every single person. I priority mail it. So usually it's within 2 to 3 days they have it on their door. And I send brochures, and I'm going to show you that, what I do, but I send brochures and some other information. If I can get the welcome kit to them so they have brochures within a week from when the order's due, that's how I decide what campaign I put them in, okay? So I'll put the campaign I'm starting them in and when their first order is due. And then this is an automatic, this is a formula. See, this says D4 plus 1, and this is this date plus 14. And so all of these dates for their 7 campaigns all the way through, these are all automatic. All you need to put in is that very first campaign and their first order due. But see, this is really easy to see, okay, they're placing their third order, and their third order needs to be $200. The reason I have this is so I can help them with Kickstart. And I log what their sales are every campaign so I can keep track. And then it's easy for me to say, okay, this is their third order. They need to be $200, or this one they need to be $250 or whatever. So that's the basics of tracking it. But see, then I go over here and I have a bunch of stuff that I do. I'm going to show you all of this. So the date I sent email number 2, the date I sent email number 3, the date I sent email number 4. So once I send it, I come back in here and I put it. So if I'm sending email number 3 today, if I sent it, I would come in here and I would say 3/24. Then I know it was sent, right? And the date I added them to my contacts. These are my tasks that I do when I start a new recruit, and I need a list so that I don't forget anything. So that's how I do it, and I'm doing it specific. So I added them to my contacts. I welcomed them on Facebook. I welcome every new rep on Facebook. And let me tell you, I do that for several reasons. Number one, I welcome them, and then if I can find them, I friend them. And if they see my friend request and then they see that I welcome them, they're going to know who I am and be more likely to accept my friend request, right? But there's all this subliminal stuff that goes on in the background. If I am welcoming somebody, let's just say I'm welcoming a new person every day or every other day, my friends and my followers on Facebook are going to see that I'm doing that. They're going to go, wow, she's moving and shaking. I want to be on her team. And then I say where they're from. So I might say, welcome, Richard from Salt Lake City, Utah. We're so happy to have you on our team. And then somebody says, oh, Salt Lake City, I'm in Salt Lake City. I can join her team. It's subliminal, but it really, really does help you get more recruits. I'm not kidding. So when I say, welcome so-and-so from I don't know, Indiana, right? Whatever city in Indiana, or Washington, D.C. or whatever, then people are like, oh, she can sign me up even though she doesn't live here. Awesome. And it gets them thinking. So you're welcoming them. I'm also recognizing my team members, even if I didn't sign them up. So let's just say Rick and Tina signed somebody up. I would go, welcome, Irene from Salt Lake City, Utah, and congratulations, Rick and Tina. And I do that every time we get a new person on our team. So I welcome them, I friend them, and then when they accept my friend, and the truth is most of the time this doesn't happen. I ask them to friend me in my welcome email, because a lot of times I can't find them on Facebook or whatever. So this is blank on a lot of people. Add them to my team Facebook group. I can't do that either if I can't friend them. So these 3 actually are usually left blank for now. Added them to my team email list. Added them to, it's now Pixingo. I don't use send out cards anymore. So added them to Pixingo and sent a card. I sent a welcome card in the mail to them. And then when I sent the welcome email and sent the welcome kit by mail. So I sent priority mail, the welcome kit. So I use this to track and keep track of everybody on my team. So that's.
Can I say something real quick here? This may seem obvious to Lynn, but maybe not to you. But when you have, 2, 5, 10 people on your team, you can take the time to look them up. But when you start having 100, 1,000, 5,000 people on your team, you need a spreadsheet like this where at a glance you can look up. Somebody says, hey, I'm in the Kickstart. What does this order need to be? You don't have time to look it up. And you probably will have a hard time finding a lot of information, especially if you have 5 or 6 people asking in one day. So this way you have the spreadsheet there. Boom, you have the information you need. You can reply right back to that person.
That's a good point. And also, I have not found an easy way to figure out how much their order needs to be. Yeah. Because you have to go back and you have to look in Vibe and you have to find out when was their first order and then count it out. This way it's right there. It's right there, so I can tell, see what order they're on. Yeah,
at a glance, you can help your team.
Okay, so in that system, so that's the spreadsheet. Excuse me. The Kickstart bonus. Hopefully, you know what that is. The Kickstart bonus. That's what we were just talking about. So in your first 7 campaigns, if you're a new representative, you can be guaranteed 40% earnings, provided you meet the requirements. So hopefully, you know what that is. Okay, then I send them a welcome packet, and I send this to everybody. On my first gen, I teach my team members to do it to who they sign up, because it can get really expensive, right, if I'm doing it for everybody. And so I teach them to do it themselves. And priority mail, we use a priority mail envelope. It's $7.35 to mail it. It's kind of a cardboard, cardstock, kind of like envelope. And I fit in there some papers and about 6 books. And so Richard went to get that. But here is the welcome packet that I send. If you click on this link, and there's a picture of that envelope right there.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. So this says $6.65, but it's gone up to $7.85. Well, how much is it?
I know it's
I don't remember. I thought it was $7.35, but I'm not sure. It's like $7 and something. I don't even look. I just submit it, and I just do it online. I go to USPS.com. I print the label and I attach it to that, and then Richard can just drop it off at the post office. So I put about 6 brochures in there. I put a cover sheet in there. This is my cover sheet, and this is a Word document, so you can edit it. And I say, hi, Barbara, here's the information to help you get started. Your district is, your account number is, and then, I probably need to update this because this is when we were doing RPSs. I will update this. So if you guys go back to this later, you'll see a different cover sheet, okay? Let me see if I can grab mine really fast so that you can see what it is I'm doing. This is my new rep cover sheet. And I'm just gonna delete these numbers because, yeah. Okay, so here we go. So hi, name, here's your district number, here's your account number. I say, please start your training at Avon U on your avon.com. Visit our blog at Online Beauty Biz. Join our Facebook group. And then I say, Avon is based on a 2-week campaign. We have a new brochure. Your first order will be campaign 8. This is the ones I'm starting right now. Campaign 8 starts on this date, closes on this date. And then I talk to them about picking a day to place their order during the 2 weeks. And I just use Tuesday as an example. So if Tuesdays worked best for you, you could place your order on Tuesday, 3/26, and then place your orders every other Tuesday. So this is just a cover letter that goes in that welcome kit with the books. And then on the back side, it talks about the Kickstart program. It talks about the daily care bundle, how they can, for the first 7 campaigns only, and how they should use the item number on the flyer if they were going to order it online. And you're guaranteed, 40% Kickstart payments. When you place your next order, the full payment has to be paid. So all of this, like additional supplies you might want to order, bags, credit card forms. Actually, credit card forms are no longer a thing. Order books, etc. Don't forget to order brochures. So this is what my cover sheet looks like, and I will update it. I'm going to make a note.
Also, the starting fee may change, but we'll mention.
I'm going to update the cover page on my welcome kit. So if you go later, it will be updated, okay? So that's my cover sheet. And welcome kit. Okay, then I also insert the Daily Care Bundle flyer, which is a PDF you can print off. It's just this flyer. They get that in there. They get the Kickstart flyer in there. That one. So you guys should all be familiar with these, but they are here if you need them. And I insert an order book. You know the order books, the old-fashioned ones where they write their orders? I give that to them. They're free, so there's no reason why not to order them, right? A new thing I'm doing is I buy those little books on Aspira. They're $1 a piece under the tools, representative tools, the Aspira booklets that are $1 a piece. And I put in a shake, usually a chocolate shake, just an individual packet, so that they can see that we have wellness products and so they can try it. And that that way more people try it, more people will order it or sell it.
I've been putting in the little water sleeve as well too.
Oh, and we also are putting in the Aspira, the little drink thingies. What's it called?
I can't remember either.
The fizzy thingies.
Yeah. Either the raspberry, the orange, or the lemon.
This, right? I should know.
I mean the wild berry. Excuse me, not raspberry. Wild berry, lemon, or orange.
You guys know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Okay, this is the stuff you put in the water and drink it. So that's my welcome kit, and I get that out. I either deliver it, or actually Richard delivers it like within by the next day at the latest, or I get it in the mail if at all possible today. And I want this kit to get to them as fast as possible. It's why I do priority mail, and because this is what's going to help get them started. Hydration. There you go.
Hydration. Thanks, Kim.
So Deb. Hi, Deb. Hi, Bonnie.
Yes.
Thanks, Kim. So then we get back here. Okay. So now we've got that. We've got the welcome packet. I've worked on my spreadsheet. Okay. Now I have 6 emails that I send to all of my new representatives, and you can't really do these. I've had people ask if they could be automated, and they really can't, because like number 2 you have to put in their account number, and number 3, these emails go out at a different time depending on when you sign them up. So like email number 3 talks about getting a $150 order. And so I say, send that 7 to 10 days before their first order is due. Obviously, if I'm signing them up today and I want them to place a campaign 8 order, I'm probably going to do email number 1 today, email number 2 Monday, email number 3 Tuesday, right? If I was starting them in campaign 9, then I would spread it out so that they would get this email number 3 about a week before their first orders due, maybe a week to 10 days, right? And so what I do is I send email number 1 immediately, and then I figure email number 3 about 7 to 10 days if possible, and then email number 2 kind of goes in the middle. Actually, email number 2 I usually send out the very second day after email number 1. And then email number 4 would be maybe a couple of days after email number 3, and then but plenty of time before their order is due. This is how to place your Avon order. And then new representative, let's talk about mentoring. This one can go a little bit later. And then email number 6 is want to build your business on social media, and it can go a little bit later. I'm going to go into this in a little more detail. Hi, Lily. Good to see you. So don't panic. And this is being recorded, so you can watch this as many times as you need to. So let me open these are Word documents so that you can edit them. This is email number 1, and it says, welcome to Avon. Congratulations and welcome to Avon. And then it says, my husband Richard and I started the Rockstars. Obviously, you're going to need to edit that because you're not me and Richard, and you're not the Rockstars, right? You haven't been selling since 2001. I mean, so you'll need to edit it. But I say to get you up and running quickly, go to your Avon.com and click on Avon U and start training on Avon U. And then I say, then go to Online Beauty Biz for more training and join our training group, right? And then I say, and friend me on Facebook and a link to my Facebook page. And then here's some information like Avon campaign schedule, commission chart. This needs to be edited too. Click on my account. To find your campaign login, it's just at the top of the page. So you might want to edit this a little bit because it's not RPS. There's no RPSs anymore. Avon commission chart. There's a link here that they can click on that takes them to the chart. How to place your first order takes them to my blog post on Online Beauty Biz about how to place your first order. These are just links that you can give them, right? And you can edit this. So this is email number 1 that goes out right away as soon as they get signed up. So if we go back to this, email number 2 says, hi, getting started with Avon is easy. So hi, Mary, getting started with Avon is easy. Just go to your avon.com and register. Click on, go down here, put your district number and your account number, and then open up your web store, get that going, and send out an email saying everybody. And then I talk to them about the Kickstart program again. So this is email number 2. And then email number 3 is your campaign, whatever order. So I might say your campaign 8 order. Okay. And then I say, just want to check in, see how you're doing. I'm sure you're already on top of this, but since you're new, I wanted to help you make the most you can. Your campaign 8 order, you need to make sure you change these, is due between now and Tuesday. Pick the day that best works for you. And then I kind of push them to a $150 order, because reps, if somebody hasn't been in business before, this is a little bit of a tough concept to learn. And those of you, if you're already in leadership, you probably already understand this. But I tell them, you want your order to be over $150. It's absolutely worth it to you, because $150 will get you a guaranteed 40% earnings in the Kickstart program. If you don't have that $150, it's only going to be 20%. So if your order was $100 at 20%, your cost would be $80. If your order was $125 at 20%, your cost would be $100. But if you pushed it, if you ordered an extra $25 and got it up to $150, now you'd be at 40% earnings, and your cost is only $90. So see, if they just placed, even if they ordered for themselves an extra $25, it would save them $10. They would make more money. So I try to explain that, how that works. And then here's a post about the Kickstart program. And I give them some ideas on how to send customers to their e-store and use the Welcome 10 code. And, all of this can be edited to what you want to say, but this is just what I'm saying. Okay, so that's email number 3. Email number 4 is how to place your Avon order. And just checking in, your order is due. Here's a video on how to place your Avon order, okay? Or here's a post that explains it. And then let's talk about mentoring. This one kind of goes out later. There's no hurry on this one, but you can make money. Did you know you can make money in leadership? So talk to them about mentoring. And it says if you want to sign somebody up, have them go to your Avon store, youravon.com/your ID, whatever your ID is, and click on become a representative. And so it just talks about that, kind of gets them thinking about leadership.
Can I see something on that just real quick? So that's really kind of important. When we signed up, we didn't have an upline, and we just signed up with a district manager. And it was a year in. We sold Avon for a year before we found out that we could make money building a team.
That's true.
It was huge. So, you may want to mention it. It's surprising. You get people right out of the gate, they'd be interested in that. They can earn money 2 ways when they first start.
We've had quite a few people lately that were interested right off the get-go.
Yeah.
And then email number 6, this one is, want to build your Avon business on social media? Is building your Avon business on social media something you want to do? Then I suggest that they go to Scott Kramer and Avon Social, and they go through youravon.com through the selling on social, the Avon U training on social selling simplified, and I give them a link to the Avon Social Facebook group, because if they're interested in building online, I want them to do it the right way, and I want them to see what tools they have available. And Scott Kramer is the best teacher of that in the brains, right? So that's what this is. So these are the emails that I send to everybody over their first 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, depending on how long, when I'm having them place their first order. So
can I say something just real quick on this too? A lot of you are probably sitting there like I would be, because this is my way I think too, and I'd be panicking. But this is like eating an elephant. You're not going to do all 6 of these steps in the first hour when you sign somebody up. You're going to be you're going to have a small team to start with. You're not going to have to do this to 100 or 1,000 people. You're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people to do this with. And if you start out doing it initially, it's going to make sense. You just have 1 or 2 people that you have to remember to send email number 1 to.
Well, I'm going to show you how to do that.
Right, so, but I'm just saying, don't panic. Don't think that if you're like me, thinking, oh my God, this is way too much. it really is easy because you start out small and then you build and you grow on it.
And yes, and I'm going to show you an
Yeah.
easy way to do this. I have systems.
Yes.
This is me. I'm the system girl. So, hey, Pat, good to see you. Sorry you're having problems with the video. Anyway, yeah, so I have systems. So this is all a system to help you get ready, right? Okay, so now I'm going to take you to Vibe. So we're going to go to youravon.com. Let me make sure I'm logged in still and hasn't been too long. Okay, we're going to click on My Team and Team Contacts. And that brings us to this page. Now, I have some phony people that I created in here because I want to keep personal information personal, and this is like live all over Facebook, right? So I just signed up a new rep. His name's Richard Huber.
He's going to be a rock star.
Okay, so I'm going to pull Richard up. If I click on My Team and Team Contacts, it brings you this page, and you're going to see Richard Huber in this thing, okay? So now what I'm going to do is I just signed him up. You know what? Before I do this, I'm going to back up. We're going to back up and go completely out of Vibe. In youravon.com, you have the ability to create templates, and that's really important. So if we click on My Office and Send Email, and then I can go to Template, No Templates. Let's see if I can remember how to do this. Okay, I'm going to create new email, and I'm going to do that first one, which was email number 1, welcome to Avon. So subject, welcome to Avon, right? And you can be cute if you want. You could put your little smiley face in. Okay, so then I'm going to take this and copy it. And I'm going to add it in here. And now I have a template, right? And you seriously can go in here. You can bold it. You can make it big. Oops, you can make it big. You can make it colorful. You can do whatever you want in here, right? So you can play around in here, make it however you want. And go in here and edit this. This is your email number 1. And edit this and make it so it's perfect. And then we are going to save as template. And we're going to call this email number 1. Pretty simple, right? And save. Okay. Okay, so I think that I have that, I hope. No, didn't save it. Oh, maybe it didn't like that. Okay, so maybe I have to just do it that way. Save. Okay, successfully saved it. Oh, look, now it's in there. I don't know. So anyway, there's your first one, okay? So now I can create new email, and I can go in here to email number 2, and I can say, getting started with Avon is easy. Copy that, put it in here, and copy the whole thing. Now this one, see, I have a footer, and what do you call it? A signature in my thing. And so my signature already says Lynn Huber. I guess I don't really want to have that in there. But it wouldn't hurt to have join our team Facebook page, join our national. And these are just phone numbers for Avon that I have in here. So I'm going to leave it like that. If you guys want to take a screenshot of that, if you want that for your signature, that's under signatures. You can create a signature. But so anyway, okay, so I go in here and I will save that as a template. And we will call that email number 2. Perfect. Okay, and then we'll go to email number 3. And we probably don't need to do all of these, but I just want to, so I'm going to say your campaign. We're going to say new email and your campaign XX order. And then I will highlight all of this. This is all just getting it ready, right? And so I changed that and I added that. And so you know what? I have this stuff bolded. And the reason it's bolded is to remind me I need to change it. So that's really the reason I bold it, not because I necessarily want them to see that it's bolded, but I do that because it kind of reminds me of what I need to change. So I'm going to save that as a template, and I'm going to say email number 3. And it's your campaign XX order, which you're going to want to change every time you send this email. So we'll save that. Okay, so we have 3 saved. You can do this in My Office Send Email. You just create a new email and then save it as a template, right? That's how you set up your emails ahead of time. You just have them all in there, have them the way you want them, ready to go. Oh, Deb, I love systems. Yeah, I'm a system girl too, Deb. So you're just like me. Tracy, you went away, but I got you back. Well, I'm glad you're back. And Pat, welcome. Hello.
So hi.
Okay, so now let's go to my team contacts. Okay, so I just signed up Richard. And so I'm going to pull Richard up in here. And I'm going to pull him up here. And look at this. I am going to send him a message. This is an email. I'm going to send him a message. That's funny. Why is it BCC?
Because you usually do me. But
No.
No, that's right. Yeah.
So anyway, I'm going to send him a message. And the subject is going to be, welcome to Avon, right? Now I'm going to go to template, and I'm going to do email number 1. Look at that. It put everything in there for me. So I'm just going to say, hi, Richard. And I am going to send. And you know what? I would probably BCC me, but I just sent it. So then I want to make a note. Now I will, I didn't copy all that. So I'm going to say follow up, and I'm going to say, this is just me, 3/24/19, email
Number 1.
him, welcome to Avon. That's not the right email, but I would have copied and pasted it in here, okay? And then I create the note. The reason why I do that, emailed him welcome to Avon, is it only shows a little bit. And you'll see when I get going here, but it only shows a little bit. And customer service uses these notes to help your reps when your reps call in. Your upline might use these notes that see what you've done with your rep if they are asking for help or something, and you will need these notes. So I do a kind of the first line is what, email them and what did I email them about? And then it goes into the whole email. It shows all like this. It scrambles it all together. But anyway, so I just sent him a welcome to Avon email, right? Now I'm going to create a follow-up. And so I'm going to say, send email number 2. And the due date is going to be tomorrow. And I'm going to add that follow-up. And then I'm going to say, create another follow-up. Send email number 3. Now, I want him to place an order by April 2nd. So I'm going to do this email number 3 pretty quick. It'll be the very next day. And then I'm going to do another follow-up. And I'm going to say, send email number 4. And that's how to place your order. So we'll do that the next day. So they're going to get, an email every day from me, right? For 3 days anyway. Then I will do the next one, send email number 5. Now, email number 5 is the one about, now's a good time to think about leadership. Who do you want, who if somebody wants to sign up to sell. So we can totally skip a couple of days. Maybe I'll do that on the 29th. And there's really not a lot of rhyme and reason. You just, every time you sign somebody up, you schedule these according to what works best for them, or, where you're at with them. And then I'm going to create one more, send email number 6. And we can do that maybe after their first order goes in, so maybe on the 4th. Okay, so now I have Richard, and I have all these follow-ups. So this is going to remind me that I need to do these things, okay? So let's do another one, because I know your mind is probably spinning, and you're probably going, what is she doing? Okay, so I have another one, Tina Winrow. Tina's actually on my team, but her account's under Rick's name, so I just created a dummy one called Tina, And Tina, I just signed you up and welcome to my team. So first thing I want to do is I want to send you a welcome to my team. This is funny. I don't know why it puts it in the BCC, but let's put me in there. Let's put yourself in there, right? Put your own email in there and go, welcome to Avon. And then I will do template, email number 1. Hi, Tina. Okay, congratulations and welcome to Avon, and send. I'm not going to send this because she's gonna go, what is this? So now I copy this. Before I send it, I copy. So I do Command A. I'm on a Mac. If you're on a PC, you can do Control A, that's select all, or you can just highlight it, right, and drag it and select all. And Control C is copy. You could right click on it and cut, copy, paste, right? So you can copy, and then we would send that email, and then we would go over to the notes, and we would create a note, and we'd go follow-up training, 03/24, emailed her, welcome to Avon. And then I put the email in. See, so it looks like that. And the reason I do this, I could put email number 1, and you totally can do this. It doesn't matter. It's just all according to your personal preference. I put welcome to Avon because if it's Avon that's looking at it, or my upline, which I don't have, or somebody from customer service, I want them to easily be able to, if they're on the phone with them, I want them to easily be able to scroll down and see where I talk to them about whatever it is that they're asking customer service about. So this way it's easy for them to see, okay, that was a welcome to Avon, that's not what I'm looking for. Instead, it might be, she texted me, wants to do a return. And then I go into the actual text and I copy and paste it in there. So that way customer service could see that. Texted me, wants a return. Then I go, oh, that's what she's calling us about. Let me see what Lynn told her. Yeah. So that's why I do it that way. Yeah. So I'll create that note. And then I'm going to, let's just say Tina's not going to start until campaign 9 because she's farther away. But so I'm going to create a follow-up for her. And I'm going to say, send email number 2. I still want to do that tomorrow because email number 2 gives them their account number and gets them logged into your avon.com, and we want to get them started right away, right? So then I'm going to send another, I'm going to say another follow-up, and I'm going to say, send email number 3. Now, email number 3 is you want to get, your first order, or you want to get to $150. So she's not going to go in until campaign 9. So I could probably maybe do that in a couple of days, like the 26th or even the 27th, right? And click on that add follow-up. And then I'm going to do a create follow-up, email number 4. That's the one about how to place your order. And maybe I'll do that. See, I did one today. I did one on the 26th. Well, maybe I'll do that like on the 28th. So I can spread these out as much as I need to, depending on when their first order is due, right? So just use your judgment, and you'll get a feel for this, however this works. Deb, I never knew about the notes. Learn something new. Awesome. Well, you're going to, you know what, I'm kind of thinking that a lot of you guys are going to have a real thrill in a minute when I show you something. But anyway, awesome. Thank you. I'm glad you learned something new. That's cool.
Well, one thing on the email number 3, that's when they need to get their order in.
No, then that's the $150.
The $150. But usually, correct me if I'm wrong, but usually you try to get that to them a week before the orders due. Because if you do it the day before their orders due, they're not going to be able to get any orders. This gets them, alerts them that their order's due in a week, that, hey, I need to get out there and start talking to people and get some orders.
And, that they want to have $150 orders.
Right.
That's why I try to give them a week to 7 days. Right. But it depends on when I have them starting. Yes. If they're starting in campaign 8, which is due in about a week and a half right now, then I want to get it out as soon as possible because, I want them to go, oh, I need to get busy so I can get $150 worth of orders.
No surprises.
Yeah. Okay, so now you've come in, you've signed up all these people. I don't want to spend a lot of time doing a lot more. I think you got the idea, right? So check this out. I don't know if you guys know this. Some of you probably do. But check this out. So now if I go to my team and team contacts, I can do this every morning and just come in here, my team, look at this. All of my assignments are right here. So I don't need to worry about when do I send an email, right? So anyway, when I signed Richard up, I put him in here and I put in all of his information, his appointment date, his district, his account. I put all that in there, right? So now today is the 25th. Let's just say today is the 25th, okay? So I come in and I go, okay, follow up, send email number 2. So I click on Richard and I go send message, and we'll put him back up here at the top. I think it's in the BCC because the system is set up where you might send it to a whole bunch of people. And then you can send it to yourself, so that I always send a copy to myself so I know that I have it, okay? And then I go, email number 2 was, you can start here if you want, template, email number 2. So email number, there you go, subject, getting started with, you don't even have to type subject in, it comes up. So hi, getting started with Avon is easy. Go to your Avon. Now you're gonna go, your district number is, and if you go back here, you can get it easily from there, and you can just copy and paste. And then I will bold it just so it stands out. Your account number is, I go over here and I copy and paste. And I'm going to have to update this too. I need to look at all of these. So I will do that tonight so that when you go in later, you'll have the most updated. Because I actually I changed this a little bit. On mine, it says, do not sign in. Instead, go to below the sign in where it says new representative, start here, and put in this for your district number, this for your account number. And if you did not use your social security number, put 4 zeros for your social, the last 4 of your social. Otherwise, the last 4 of your social, right? So this has to be edited for each person, which is mostly why it's bold. And then the rest of this is ready to go. And so I will select everything, copy it. I just hit Command C, Control C. You can right click on it and copy it and send. Now I'm going to go to Notes, and I'm going to say New Note, Follow Up. I used Follow Up Training Call for most everything. And I'm just going to put the date, and it's not that important. The date is here. You see this? I put 3/24. The date is here. So it doesn't matter. But I just do it. Oh, this is the 25th today, right? And I'm going to say emailed him, getting started is easy with Avon. And I type in his message, and I create the note. So that is how you do it. And then if I go back to, let me see, how do I get back there? Oh, that's his history. I guess I have to go back this way, team contacts. So then I can go in here, I did that, so I can then delete it. And I'm sure you want to delete this action. Now I can do the same thing for Tina. See, so today's the 25th, so I would click on her name and I would send her email number 2. And then on the 26th, I would do Richard and I would send email number 3. And then when you're done, you can delete these. One thing I forgot to tell you that I do is I create a follow-up that says campaign 8 due 04/02/19. And I will actually put that the day after it was due, because I am sending them emails all along. And in some cases I'm texting, whatever, I'm staying on top of them, right? And but when the campaign is done, there's, unfortunately, with our new system now, with the no, hi Patricia, good to see you. With the no RPSs, there's no more any lead time. They either placed their order, or they didn't. By the time you find out they didn't, it's too late to do anything about it. So I will do campaign 8, and I put it for the day after it's due. So I set that for the 3rd, and I'll add that follow-up. And here's what I'm going to do. So then I go back to my team and team contacts, and let's just say we've done all this, and now I'm on this one. Campaign 8 is due on 4/2. So I will pull up Richard. I will pull up his details. Now you can view his profile, but because he's really not a rep, it's not here. Okay. So right here, you can view his profile. You can look to see if he placed an order. If he didn't place an order, you can email him And I would use that email 3 again and say, hey, your campaign 9 order, I see you missed your campaign 8 order, but that's totally okay. Avon gives you 1 campaign to get started. So you still have a chance to earn your Kickstart bonus. And it's the same email because it says if your order is $100, it costs this. And if you're, so I would just change email number 3 to fit and say, oh, hey, you missed your order. I'm really sorry. But you know what? Avon's giving you a second chance. So you could still do it in campaign 9, right? And I would send that email. But see, I would look and see if he placed his order. If he placed his order, I would go in here and I'd say, okay, that's Richard. So his first order was due on 8 and it was due on 4/2. Now see how this automatically changed to 9 and 4/16. So okay, on 4/2 and he placed, oh darn, he placed a $149 order. So I would then, you would know that you need to talk to him, right? You need to email him. I would probably talk to him on the phone or by text or something and say, hey, just want to let you know you missed the 150 by $1, but and next campaign you definitely need it to be over 150 so you get that guaranteed 40% earnings, right? So you're going to track it every campaign. Okay, so now I go back to this task. If I just click on I thought it had tasks here. Next steps. Okay, so if I just click on next steps and this campaign 8, so instead of deleting this one, I would edit it and I would now say campaign 9 is due 4/16. And then I would change this to the 17th and I would update that task. I follow up. I stay on top of my new representatives for their first 7 campaigns. After 7 campaigns, then I delete that task. But I keep it going. I keep updating it to be the next campaign, the next campaign.
Yeah, you want to help them be successful.
So I just went to my team contacts. All of that is right here. You've got everything. And if you have a big team, if you have a little team and you're just getting started, you're probably only going to have a little bit here. Well, you would have probably 5 different tasks for Tina because you would have email number 2, email number 3, email number 4, right? And then campaign 8 is due. And you'd have that. And you'd have however many tasks for your other person. But if you are signing up a lot of people, if you're signing up 1 or 2 or 3 people a week, you're going to find there's going to be a lot of tasks here, but they're sorted by due date. So it's really easy to go in here and go, okay, today I just need to send an email to Tina. Okay, on the 26th, I need to email Richard and I need to email Tina and then I'm done, right? And then on the 27th, I need to do this. So it's just really sweet and it's really easy way to stay on top of your team.
Yeah, you don't have to spend a lot of time personalizing. You can just get it out so that they get the information. That's all you're worried about, is getting them the information to react and keep up with their business.
And I promise I will go in tonight and I will update all of these to be exactly what I use right now because these are a little bit dated. So these emails, and so if you want to look at these like tomorrow, they should be updated, okay, from this blog post. Okay, so going back. So another thing I do is I might, depending on timing, I might send them a reminder, just checking in. I might text them and say, just checking in to see how you're doing. Your campaign, 12 order was due by May 29th. Anything I can help you with? So you want to touch base with them. And then if they didn't place an order, then I might say something like this. Hey, your order was due yesterday. Did you not have any orders? You should probably at least order brochures. Otherwise, you'll be out of business, right? I'm just paraphrasing this. You guys can read it. Emails, I send my entire team. So this is what I do, and this is how I manage everybody on my team. So the first day of the campaign, I send a welcome to campaign 9, right, or whatever campaign we're on. I send a welcome to campaign 9. We're now on campaign 9. This and this is on sale, and good luck, and how can I help you, whatever. I just do the welcome to campaign. And then the Thursday before the campaign closes out, I send an email. I run a report. I go to my team reports. I'm not going to run it, again, in the issue of, security or whatever, privacy. But I go into reports, and I click on no orders for the current campaign. So on our campaign 8 order is due on April 2nd. So the Thursday before that would be March 28th. So on March 28th, I would say something. I would send an email saying, "Hey, just a reminder, your campaign 8 order is due by the 2nd. You still have time. Don't panic, but you want to get your order in. Don't wait till the last minute because that could cause a problem." And then I say, if you have a credit balance, be sure to log on to your Avon.com and set up direct deposit so you can have that money direct deposited into your bank account. And if you owe Avon money and are struggling, contact me because I have some ideas that may be able to help you. And so I kind of reach out to both those people, the ones that have a credit balance and the ones that owe money to Avon, and then to everybody, just a reminder your order's due. So I send that email on Thursday, and then on Sunday, I run the no orders report again, and everybody who hasn't placed an order gets another email from me saying, "Hey, last chance, your order's due before noon on Tuesday," right? And that's how I send it to my whole team. So this is what I do. One thing is I log every contact in the notes section in Vibe. I showed you guys the notes section. So if they text me, if they email me, if I talk to them on the phone, whatever it is, I log it in Vibe. Because, you're not going to remember. When you have only one person on your team, it might be easy to remember. But when you have hundreds or thousands of people on your team, you're not going to remember what you talked about last time or what you told them or where you left it. So log it in Vibe. And hey, if you need to follow up with somebody, then do the same thing. Use Vibe for that. So let's just say that I don't know what's the matter now. Vibe isn't working. So let's just say that your rep calls you and says, "I didn't get my order. I don't understand." And you tell them, "Well, you know what? Call Avon because I can't help you." So call Avon. They'll be able to track it and tell you where it's at. And then you might make a note and Vibe a follow-up to follow up with them in 2 days to make sure they got their order. Mm. So that's another follow-up. See, so then when you log in the morning, you can see what you need to do. And maybe you might need to check in and see if your team member got whatever the issue was resolved that they needed to get resolved. Don't just say, "Call Avon" and forget about them, because your job is to support them, right? Okay, so that's the basics. That's already like a whole hour. So that's the basics of how I get my new representatives started. What ideas do you guys have? What do you do? Share with me in the notes, or share me what questions you have, or in the comments here on the post. Did I blow you all away? Are you all like eyes glazed over? It was a lot of information. So like I said earlier, you can watch this recording as many times as you need to. You can pause it, you can, but it's really not. It's actually really easy. It just seems like a lot. It's 5-6 emails. Once you get them set up, once you put them in your templates in your Avon.com, then it's just a matter of clicking on them, going, "I need to send email number 2, click on it, add template. Oh, email number 2 just went. Okay, great. Finish that task, complete it or delete it, and you're done, and log what you did, that you sent that email, and you're done with that one. And you just go through that every morning and just take care of those tasks.
Yeah, like Lynn said, this is like eating an elephant. You just chunk it. You just take little bite-sized pieces. And when you first start out, and after a while, it'll all start falling into place. But the real key thing too is, like she says, putting the notes in there, because that's a big help. Because sometimes they won't call you; they'll call Avon, and they'll have a huge, horrific problem, and Avon will go in and look at your notes. And if you have that problem in there and you help resolve it, it'll help them stay on page and help them resolve it.
Another thing, and Tracy says great info. Thank you, Tracy. Whoops. Are you able to see if they read the email? I don't know, Patricia. I've never looked. So sorry, I don't have the answer. You'll have to test it and see. Lily says great information. Thank you, Lily. Kim says thank you. Tracy says great information. Deb says lots of great information. Thank you. I was going to say something. Oh, it's kind of sad, but you guys know, if you're in leadership, especially, you know that we have all kinds on our team, right? And sometimes they're trying to scam the system. Sometimes they just don't get it. who knows? I mean, there's lots of different things, but it's really handy if you talk to them and you say, no, you can't do that. And then they call customer service and they say, well, Lynn told me I could do that. And customer service is pulling up the notes and they're saying, oh, I see right here where Lynn told them, no, they can't do that. So then customer service will back me up. Now, this is a perfect world. Customer service is not always using these notes. They should be. They're supposed to be. Let's see if it will come open now. Okay, so customer service is supposed to be reading these notes, and customer service is supposed to be logging when they talk to them.
Yeah.
And I do see that sometimes, but I don't see it enough. So sometimes my person will call customer service, and then customer service will make a note in their file, and I can see it. So it's really helpful to me, too. So it goes both ways.
Yeah, everybody's on the same page. Yeah.
Okay, so Tracy. I have not been great at keeping on my team when they start slipping, only when they're doing great. So I need to change.
Yeah.
Okay, well, this might help you. Actually, I hope this might help you. It's all about having that system, right? And when you see those no orders, because you're running no orders for your entire team, not just for your brand new people. And when you're running those no orders and you see those names showing up every time, then you kind of know who you need to work with. So yeah, it's all about that system. Again, same thing. I mean, you know, you can work your business deliberately, or you can wait until April 3rd and go, let's see who placed an order, right? You know, I take charge of my business, and if you want to make money, you need to take charge of your business. And obviously, you can't go over there and hold their hand and force them to place an order. But you can encourage them and you can remind them, because people are busy and their priorities are not the same as your priorities. And, you know, life happens. So you can just remind them. You can do what you can to try to get as many orders as you can in. And maybe by placing that email, or by sending that email out on Thursday and then again on Sunday, I might get 12 more people to place an order that wouldn't have if I didn't remind them. And so it's just a matter of taking charge of your business, and you control your business. Don't let your business control you. Don't just go. I mean, I actually have some people on my team, I'm sorry to say, that do that. They are on April 3rd, they'll look at it and they'll go, oh, I didn't meet my minimums to keep my title. Oh, shoot. But they did nothing to make sure that they would keep their title before the orders went in. So you have to take charge. You have to, you know, this is your business and you want to make money. You want to grow your business. You need to steer the ship.
Yeah, and sometimes just that little bit of encouragement from us will make a difference. You know, little throw in little things of what they can do. Hey, your order's almost due. Have you gotten out the books yet? Or just little hints. And it could be just enough to push them over the edge to go out there and get some orders and place their order on time.
Yeah, how about texting them the daily care collection image and saying, hey, text this to everybody you know, and give them the words to say, hi, this is Mary. I just started my Avon business and I'm so excited because I knew I can sell this for only $19.99. How many would you like? Give them that text and say, copy this text and send this image to everybody you know. And Irene just did that with one of her team members, and it exploded. I think she got 9 or 12 of those bundles. I don't remember.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, you guys, it really does make a difference. You take charge of your business. Use a system. Track it. And then when they place their orders, go in and add them in here. And then it's easy to see who you signed up that qualified, who didn't. You know, you get awards for that at the end of the year, right? If you have a certain number of qualified people, you get trophies for that. So why not keep track of what you're doing and how you're doing? So if they qualified or if they didn't, and it doesn't matter if they didn't, it doesn't change anything. This person, $50 order, $100 order, let's just say they did a $20 order there. They're not amounting to a whole lot, but I'm still going to track them for 7 campaigns so that I know what's going on. And maybe I might see that they're not doing so well, and it might be a signal to me that I should reach out to them.
Yeah, and also, you know, even though they haven't done anything here, they could get to here and you could talk to them and say, wow, I didn't know I was leaving all this money on the table. And all of a sudden they can get a $250 order. Then they can get a $300 order, and they can get a $350 order. They can jump on track and earn the rest of the money.
And we've had people do that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Bonnie, your girl signed up last week. Awesome. Congratulations. So I hope this guy helped you guys. Let me bring this back. Okay, so I hope this helps you. Next Sunday is Richard's birthday, so we are going to go dark. We're going to skip that because we're doing dinner with some of our team members for his birthday. And so look for us the following week, probably April 7th, I guess. But so anyway, we won't be here next week. We'll be here hopefully the week after. Watch for updates on your Avon.com. On Online Beauty Biz on the Facebook page. And I will announce when the next Facebook Live is. And in the meantime, I will get those updated so you have my most current emails of what I send, because I think that will be the most helpful, because especially since those other ones say RPS and kind of go around that. So thank you guys for being here. We really appreciate you. So go out there, grow your business, take charge, steer your ship, and we'll see you on Facebook.
I'll be getting a fire permit for my birthday to light the candles.
Yeah, he's going to need it. Happy
Good night,
birthday.
everybody.
All right, good night, you guys. Thank you.